Hello, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Walden Art, and today I'm going to be showing you how to draw in one-point perspective. For those of you who don't know what one-point perspective is, this is a good lesson for you because I'm starting from the basics. And then for the next few weeks, I'm going to be uploading drawing videos. The reason for that is because in San Francisco, we have a shelter in place for the whole month because of the coronavirus. So a lot of students aren't going to school, a lot of parents aren't working, and what can we do to keep them busy? So I'm going to be doing a lot of these videos just so everyone can have their kids busy drawing something, so they're doing something at home. Okay, so this is the first lesson on one-point perspective. Let me write that down. 1 point perspective. Okay, so the first thing you need is a ruler. You can use any ruler. You can use a ruler like this or a ruler like this. It doesn't really make a difference what kind of ruler. You can even go grab a magazine and then use a spine. Use a spine as a ruler. So really no excuse if you don't have a ruler, or if you don't have magazines or rulers, just use a side of another pencil and then use that as a ruler. So let's get started. So what's one-point perspective? Let me show you what one-point perspective is. One-point perspective is a drawing like this. These are boxes, the front of the box, top of the box, side of the box. This is a box here. So the first thing you want to do is, with drawing one perspective, you have something called the horizon line. Now the horizon line, I'm just going to draw it on the middle of the paper. Just draw it very lightly, like that, and that's your horizon line. Now, if you look at this drawing, there's something called a horizon line. Let me explain what a horizon line is. A horizon line, you can get a ruler, is basically a line that goes right across your eyes, okay? Just from left to right, that's called a horizon. If you're standing on a beach and you're looking at the ocean horizon, that line is in your eye level, okay? Now, what if you took the elevator to a 50th floor, like a really tall building, and you look at the same beach? Is the horizon line lower, or is it still in your eye level? Okay, so now if you go on that building and you're on the 50th floor, that horizon line that you were looking at when you're on the beach is still your eye level. So keep that in mind. Anytime you draw, your horizon line is your eye level. Okay, so here we go. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a box when we're drawing in one-point perspective. So I'm just going to draw a box right over here. You use a pencil, draw a box, just like this. And then we're going to pick a vanishing point. Now, this line that I drew earlier, this is called the horizon line. Horizon line. And we're going to pick something called the vanishing point. Now, on the horizon line, there's something called a vanishing point. That point, imagine this is the line. That point lies anywhere on the horizon line. But for the sake of this lesson, to make it easier, I'm going to have it in the middle of the paper, okay? We're going to have a vanishing point right here. So this point is called vanishing point. Okay, so this is where all the lines converge. So after drawing a box, what you want to do is, with this vanishing point, you're going to lightly sketch a line from here to one corner of the box. Okay, next one, you're going to take another corner of the box and do the same thing. So from the vanishing point, you're going to sketch a line very lightly to there. These are your guides. Again, from here towards this corner of the box. So right over here, just like this, okay? After you sketch those lines, you want to draw parallel lines. Now, let me explain to you what parallel lines are. Parallel lines is when you have one line going this direction, and then the other line is going that direction. So if you were going to draw a line this way, and you wanted a parallel line going the same direction, this is called a parallel line. This is off. This is off. So when I'm drawing on a piece of paper, sometimes I'll use the side of the paper to make sure this line on this paper is parallel to this line, which is parallel to this line. Also, the horizontal lines going this direction from the top, I want to make sure this line is parallel to this line right over here, and is parallel to this line. This is a good way to make sure your lines are parallel to each other. Oftentimes I see people, when they're drawing, they'll draw a line like this. All of a sudden, when they're moving towards this way, that line starts going towards this direction and it isn't parallel to this paper here. So right here, after I have this box, which has parallel lines here and here, I'll draw another line right over here, making sure this line is parallel to that line, okay? And wherever this intersects with this point right over here, I'm going to draw a line, a horizontal line going this direction. And again, making sure that this line is parallel to this line, that's parallel to this line, and also parallel to the side of the top of the paper. So after I got that, I'm going to darken up this line here, and here, and here. Now this is a box that's in 1 point perspective, based on the top left from the view. And let me explain how this box works. From here, you see the front of the box, the bottom of the box, and then the side of the box, okay? And in real life, this is how it's gonna look. For example, here's a box. If you drew a box on the top left, you will see the front of the box, this side, and then the bottom of the box. If you drew that box on this corner, you will see this front of the box. You see this side, not that side, and you will see the bottom of the box. Okay, now also the same. If you drew the box down here, you will see top, front, and side. And same with here. Okay, now we're going to continue. We're going to draw different size boxes. We're going to put in different locations. I'm going to draw a box right over here. Again, make sure your vertical lines are parallel to the paper. Parallel here, okay? And then we draw another line here. Again, make sure it's parallel. And then I'm going to draw horizontal lines from here, making sure that is horizontal from here. Okay, have it intersect, and then right here. It doesn't matter if your box is longer or shorter, as long as you draw a box. Now this time, originally we drew a box on the top left. Now this time we're going to draw a box on the top right. So the same rule applies. The vanishing point, you're going to have a very light line that goes from here towards the corner, the closest corners, okay? So from here, you're going to take this corner, and then this vanishing point, you're going to lightly sketch that line, okay? Right over here, this corner, sketch that line right over here, and then that corner, sketch that line right over there. After you sketched it, you're gonna have a guide, so you can draw your vertical line. This is the front of the box. You're gonna draw the side of the box. So from here, you're gonna use this vertical line and draw a parallel line anywhere here. You can draw that line here or here or here or anywhere. It depends on how large you want the box to be. And then wherever this intersects here, you're gonna have the ruler go towards this direction. Okay, after you have that, you're going to draw the side of the lines. Okay, there you go, right over here. So here you're gonna have the front of the box, the side of the box, right over here, the side of the box, and then you're gonna have the bottom of the box. Okay, this box is on the top right of the paper. Okay, now the next few steps, I'm gonna see if you can be able to take that a step further. Earlier we drew this box, and we drew this light sketch lines. We're gonna try to draw the next few boxes without drawing that line. Okay, so we're gonna draw a box right here. We're gonna draw one box over here. Okay, we're gonna give that a try. So the first thing we do is we're gonna draw a square. So when you're drawing a square, you just keep in mind you're keeping things parallel. Okay, you're gonna keep things parallel. And then you draw the vertical lines right over here. Right over here. Okay, sometimes I'll see artists still draw a line like that, and when it doesn't connect that line, I see them try to like shift it a little bit. You don't need to do that. Just draw that line. Make sure it's vertical parallel, and horizontal parallel. And then when you have that extra space, just kind of add that extra line like that. Add that little bit. Okay, so now we have a parallel vertical line here, and then a parallel horizontal line here. And then you guys know what the next step is? we're going to use that vanishing point again. We're going to use this vanishing point. So from the vanishing point, we're going to go here, and then we're going to pick this side. But instead of sketching the whole line, this time I want you to just draw just enough like that, okay? That way, you don't have to spend too much time erasing those sketch lines that you don't need later. Okay, those are just guides. Okay, so back to this part, we're gonna start drawing using from the vanishing point to this point. We're gonna draw a line. We're gonna draw just enough. You can kind of eyeball it. Okay, so from there to there, you know you're gonna draw the next line vertical, so that's gonna be like that. Okay, next one, we're gonna draw this vanishing point to this corner of the box. We're gonna go here. We're gonna draw just enough, and then using your eyes, kind of guess where it ends, so you don't have to sketch all the way like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw the horizontal parallel line on the back of the box, right over here. So I'm gonna use here, and again, look, you're not gonna get it all the way. So when they have that extra one, kind of draw it in, okay? Don't shift your ruler to try to make it fit. Just make sure you keep those lines parallel. Draw that line, and then whatever extra that you don't finish, just go back and then draw it in like that. And then on this side, we're gonna draw that. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so now you have the top of the box, the side of the box, and then you have the front of the box. Okay, right over here. We're just gonna shade it in so you can see the difference of the box. Okay, you can shade it in as well, so it'll be easier for you to see. Okay, so we have that. Okay, now for those of you who are starting to understand how this works, I want you to draw a box here in 1-point perspective. You can pause the video and then see if you can draw it. After you've drawn it, I want you to just press play and see if you can do it on your own. So let's give it a go. Pause the video and then continue. If those of you who still need a little bit more, just continue watching. So next step, I'm going to draw a box over here. This time I'm going to draw a little bit larger. Okay, from here to here, I'm going to draw a line. And again, keep your lines parallel to the paper. Okay, that's a good guide for you to draw parallel lines. If you notice your ruler is a little bit shifted, you'll see that it's not parallel to this paper. Okay, so you kind of shift it to make sure it's parallel. Parallel lines means two lines that are going in the same direction. Okay, so that little bit that didn't show up, I'm just gonna sketch that in, draw it in. Okay, and right here, I'm gonna draw this line going straight up. And then whatever that I didn't complete, I just go back and then kind of complete that off. Because there's that box, okay? And then what are the next steps? You take the closest corners, closest to the vanishing point. We're gonna take this corner, move that here to the vanishing point. We're gonna lightly sketch that line. Actually, we're gonna draw, we're not gonna sketch, okay? I'm gonna erase that extra line, okay? We're gonna use this corner, and we're going to draw it towards that vanishing point. We're going to draw just enough to measure this one. From here to here, okay? And then here, we're going to go like this, from this corner towards that vanishing point. We're going to draw that line, like that. Now, I'm going to draw the back of the box from this corner towards that corner. And wherever this meets, I'm just going to take the ruler, leave my pencil right over here, take the ruler, make sure it's vertical parallel with this line, and then draw that line. And then you have extra lines, just go back in there and then erase it. So now that's how you draw boxes in the 1-point perspective. Again, if a box is on your top left, you will see the front of it, the side and the bottom. If your box is on the top right, you'll see the front of the box, the side, and then the bottom of the box. Now, if you move that box down, like what I demonstrated earlier, you will see the top of the box, the front and the side. And then if it's on your front, bottom right, you see the top, the side, and the right. Now, what if you had a box right here in the middle? Okay. I want you, for those of you who think you know, you can pause the video, draw the box, and see how you manage drawing that box. Okay, go ahead. And then now I'm going to start drawing the box. So right here, I'm going to draw a line here. draw a line right over here. Okay, and then we extend that line a little bit longer. So from here to here, I'm gonna draw a vertical line straight down. Right here to here, we're gonna draw a vertical line straight down. Lots of people get confused when they start doing this box, because when a box is on the far top, bottom right, bottom left, top left, or top right, there's 3 closest corners that goes here. But when the box is here, this vanishing point only sees this corner and that corner. It does not see these 2 corners. Now let me explain how that works. Okay, let me draw this first. Okay, so from here, this vantage point towards here, let's do the sketch that first. From that point here, right here, sketch that first. Okay, just like how we did for the first box. And then you're gonna draw a parallel line from here to here, and the next line can be anywhere. It can be here, here, here. We're just gonna draw one right over here. Okay. And then from this vantage point, we're gonna draw this line. Then from this vantage point, we're going to draw that line. So now that is a box. This is the box in 1-point perspective when it's right in the middle of your vantage point. Now let me explain how that works. If you have that line here, you only see the front of the box and then the top of the box. You don't really see the sides. So, okay, so far so good. Okay, so now what if we were going to draw a box on the horizon line? What if we were going to draw a box right over here? Like that. Like that. Okay. How do we draw this box in 1-point perspective? Okay. Same rule applies here. So the vantage point, you have this point. You're going to use that point going towards this corner. Okay, we're just going to draw enough this time. We're not going to draw the whole sketch line. And then from this corner towards the top corner here, right over here like this, line it up, make sure it matches. It's very important. You will draw just enough. Okay. Yeah, I should point out that a lot of times artists, when they start drawing, they're going to start not matching up to the vanishing point. It's very important that you do match up to the vanishing point. Otherwise, everything will be out of proportion. Okay, and then you draw this line. Okay, make sure this line is parallel to this line. Draw that line. Okay, and that's how this box looks over here. Okay, so we're going to continue drawing a box here and here, just so you can practice a little bit more and understand it. I want you to draw a box right over here. Those of you who can, pause this video and draw it on your own. And then once you're done drawing it, play the video and then see how I approach drawing it. Okay. So right here, we will draw a box here. Here. Again, make sure those box lines are parallel to the paper. For some of you who are new to this, this corner here, this is called a 90 degrees. Okay, 90 degrees is when you have a box, the corner goes from here to here. Just like if you have a book. If you had a book, this is called a 90 degrees. Sometimes you have different angles. Like for example, this is like 45 degrees, but this is 90 degrees. But that's another lesson, and then maybe in the future. So right here, I would draw a box, and how we approach drawing this one. Same rule applies with this one and this one. So again, the vanishing point, we take this corner, we're gonna draw a line like that. From this corner, where this vanishing point can see, we're going to draw a line like so. And then we're going to connect the line right over there. Okay. Fairly straightforward. I'm going to add some shadows so you can see the box. Okay. So now I want you to draw a box right over here. Right over here. Pause the video and see if you can do it on your own. After you're done, press play, and then you can see how I do it. It will confirm that you did it correctly or incorrectly. If you did it correctly, go back a little bit and then try again. Okay, so right over here, we're going to draw a box. So if you wanted to try on your own, pause the video now. Okay, so right here, we're going to draw this line, and then this line. Okay. And then from here, we're going to take whichever this vanishing point whichever corner that the vanishing point can see. It can only see this corner and this corner. Okay, it does not see that corner, because if this vanishing point was looking for the corner, it only sees this one. Vanishing point only sees that one, but it does not see this one because the box is covering it. So right over here, we're gonna draw this line. We're gonna draw a longer box this time. We're gonna go all the way that much from this corner. We're gonna match up with that vanishing point. We're gonna draw it all the way that long. Okay, and then from here, we're gonna draw a parallel line from here to here to here. Okay, and then there we have this box. It's a longer box. Fairly straightforward. Not too bad. Again, this is 1 point perspective. This is the horizon line. Horizon line is this line that goes from here to here. This is the vanishing point. Okay, the vanishing point can be here. It can be anywhere on the horizon line, but for the sake of this practice, we're going to put it in the middle. Now, we're going to take this a little bit further to see if you remember, okay? I want you to draw a box over here. Now, if you want to try on your own, before you watch me draw this, pause this video and you try to draw a box in this area, okay? Okay, so here, I'm going to draw this line, Okay, draw the top of the line. Again, make sure it's parallel to the top of the paper. Do not draw the line like this. Do not draw the line like this. Make sure it's parallel. So in 1 point perspective, anytime you draw lines left to right, that line, like this ruler, has to be going this direction. Okay, it cannot be tilted this way. It cannot be tilted that way. It has to go left and right horizontally. Also, if you draw vertical lines going straight up and down, that line has to remain vertical all the time. Okay, you cannot draw a line that's tilted like this, and you cannot draw a line that's tilted like this. So make sure your vertical lines are always going straight up and down, parallel to each other. Your horizontal lines are going left and right, parallel to each other, like that. The only time you can draw lines that are not horizontal and not vertical is when you're going towards the vanishing point. That's the only time, okay? Like that, here, and then here towards here. Okay, now, when I draw this line, that line sometimes is a little bit too much, so what I'll do is I'll erase it. And then wherever this corner intersects, I would draw this line going from here to here. Do not start from this side. Always use an intersected line. Okay, so from here, go towards that side, and then you have extra. Many times I'll see other artists, they'll draw that line is too much, and they'll try to force it in, and it's off. The ruler is tilted. Okay, we're gonna draw 2 more lines, actually maybe 3 more boxes, just so you can understand it. Make sure that you understand it. We're gonna draw a box right over here. Okay, so again, pause the video if you think you can do it on your own, and then after you're done drawing it, you can watch how I do it, or just continue watching and follow along with me. If I'm a little bit too fast, you can pause the video and catch up, and then continue playing the video. Okay, right over here, we draw this line, this line here. Whatever is not enough, go back and add that other line. We're going to take the vantage point, and whichever corners this vantage point sees, okay, it sees this corner, and that corner. It does not see this corner because these lines are blocking it. So from here, I would draw that line towards this corner from here to here, like that. This one from here to here. We're going to draw this one a little bit longer. We're going to draw this box longer. So from here, we're going to draw a horizontal line, like that. And wherever this intersects, you draw a line straight up and down and up, okay? Do not go from here to there. I want to make a mistake on purpose so you can see it. If I took this line and drew it there, that's out of proportion, okay? So you don't want that line. You want to use where it intersects, just like with all of these, wherever it intersects. So from here to here, we're going to draw a line here. And then we're going to complete that line like that. Okay, pretty good. We're going to draw another box right here. Okay, see if you can do it on your own. Pause the video. We're going to start here, 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 here. Take this corner, go towards the vanishing point. We're going to draw a a little bit just like that, okay? We're going to take this corner here. We're going to take this corner here, okay? Try not to have your lines touch any other boxes. We'll do another lesson for the future on how you can draw behind boxes. But for this lesson, we're just going to go from here to here. Wherever this intersects this line, you're going to draw the other line, just like that, okay? Again, here's a box. Here's one side. Here's the front, the side, and then the bottom of the box is floating in the air. Okay? You don't have to do the shading. I'm just shading it so you can see the box better. I want you to, the next box, I would like for you to draw right over here. Okay? See if you can do it. Okay, so from here, we're going to draw this box line. We're going to draw a line like that. We're going to draw this line. We're going to draw this line. And what's the next step? You guys know what the next step is? Okay. Next step is from here, whatever corners this vanishing point sees. So this corner sees this corner. I mean, this vanishing point sees this corner. This one does not see that because there's a line blocking. This one does not see this because there's a line blocking. But this line does see this corner. This line here also sees this corner. Okay? And just like that. Okay? Here's the front of the box. Here's the side of the box. And just like I explained earlier, because these boxes lie on the horizon line, you only see the front and the sides. Okay? There's a center line over here. Because this box lies on the center, you only see the front and then the bottom, the front or the top. Okay? So I want to move this box around. When you're done with the drawing, you can also look at this box and compare it with the drawing. Okay? You see how that works? So that's 1 point perspective. Okay? Keep all your lines vertical when you're drawing lines like this. Keep it parallel. All your horizontal lines, keep it horizontal when you draw parallel lines. Only time you're not drawing a parallel horizontal line or parallel vertical lines is when you're going towards the vanishing point. Okay, so all the vanishing points should follow here. So there you have it. So that's it. That's drawing in 1 point perspective. I hope you learned something from this video. Again, in the next few weeks, I'm going to be uploading a lot of instruction of drawing videos. Basic drawing, how you can learn to draw. So if you haven't drawn yourself or know how to draw, or if you know someone who would like to draw, please like this video, share, subscribe. If you haven't done so already, hit the notification bell so anytime I upload new videos, you'll be the first to see it. And check out my website, Walden Wong Art. I'll add links right over here. And I also have a Patreon page. Check it out right over here. Until then, keep on drawing, keep busy, and very important, stay safe, be careful, and always wash your hands. Okay, it's very important. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Now, I'm gonna show you a little bit something that's gonna be interesting to some of you. Now, look at this box. I'm gonna remove this. If I turn these boxes this way, it still looks like, you know, it still works. Like the front, the side, front and side, and this was the horizon line. If it's on the top, it's like this. Now look at this box here. This is on the top right. If I turn this around, like on this box top right, you see the front, the side, and the bottom. Now if I turn this around, front, side, and bottom. Same for if I turn this around. Front, side, bottom. Okay. Now let's look at this box. You see the front, top, and side. If I turn here, it's the same. Front, top, and side. Same thing. Okay. So the rule here is to make sure you follow the vantage point. Regardless of where you draw the boxes,